What's up, YouTube? This your main man, Baby the Hero, back again with another video. And your boy Lavar Ball just laid out his plan to get each one of the Ball brothers on the same NBA team, and he might be on to something. Earlier today, Lavar Ball did an interview with Lithuanian reporter Donatas Urbonas, in which he laid out his detailed plan to get all three of the brothers on the same team. A couple weeks ago, Lavar basically said, look, his dream was to get all three brothers on the Lakers, but if that can't happen, it doesn't matter what NBA team it is, he just wants all three of them playing together. Lavar believes that in order to get the best out of each brother individually, you need them all three on the court at the same time. His plan to make this happen is basically this. Gelo is eligible for the NBA draft this year. If the Lakers don't pick him and he goes undrafted, the plan is to then have him go back to Lithuania and play 2 more years with Lamelo. Then once Lamelo is eligible for the NBA draft, which he'll probably get drafted pretty high, Lavar's plan is to then let NBA teams know that Lonzo will not be re-signing with the Lakers if they don't take the other brother. So Lonzo will still be at the Lakers for 1 more season, while Melo and Gelo hopefully are playing on the same team. And when free agency comes, Lonzo will then sign with whatever team that his brothers are playing on. Alright, if Lonzo lives up to the hype and is the type of player that he was projected to be, right? And Lamelo, who a lot of folks feel like will eventually be better than Lonzo, especially after playing 2 to 3 seasons professional ball in Lithuania, by the time he's ready to come to the NBA, he's probably going to be a top 5 draft pick. So when you sign Lamelo, who Lavar says Lamelo, LiAngelo, and Lonzo are willing to take enormous pay cuts in order to play on the same team because they're making so much money off the court, which we kind of talked about in the other video, where basically off a rough estimate, Big Baller Brand is doing about $60 million a year. That's a rough estimate, so don't quote that knowing that that's a rough estimate that we did basically on some paper with limited numbers. So they're willing to take an extreme pay cut to make sure that they can always be on the same team. Now, Gelo is the one who most folks feel like may not be ready or may not be NBA talent. But you can have 2 top 5 players, and all you got to do to get them at an extreme discount is take the other brother who is decent and is a scorer. I feel like a lot of teams can do that. Now, that still may seem like, well, who an NBA team would do that? And I ask you a couple questions here. Would you take Seth Curry to make Steph Curry happy? Because that's what the Warriors did. In 2013, the Warriors signed Seth Curry to his first NBA contract after going undrafted. Played with the Warriors for the preseason, then went down and played in the D-League. In 2016, when Seth Curry was ready to sign another deal, the Warriors offered him a contract, but then he turned it down. He wanted to step away from the shadow of Steph and then took the deal with the Mavericks. Seth Curry went undrafted and then signed a deal with the best team in the league. Why do you think they did that? And that's not the only time this has happened in the NBA. In 2012, Chris Smith, J.R. Smith's little brother, signed a contract with the New York Knicks. The same New York Knicks that J.R. Smith was playing on. Chris Smith, undrafted, played in the summer league with the Knicks, signed a contract to play on the regular squad, hurt his knee, and then missed that season. In 2013, re-signed with the Knicks 2 months after J.R. Smith, who was a 6th man of the year prior, signed his extension with the Knicks for 4 years for $17 million. Chris signed with the team and actually played in some games after in the summer league only averaging about 5 points a game. A lot of folks felt like Chris Smith was not an NBA talent. There was also an NBA investigation into the Knicks to really figure out if they had signed Chris and JR on a package deal. So now you might have heard of Goran Dragic, who is a 2018 NBA All-Star. In 2014 was a third team All-NBA. 2014 NBA's most improved player. His little brother Zorn Dragic, who also played in the NBA, signed deals with 3 different teams after going undrafted in 2011. Zorn signed a deal with the Houston Rockets and played on their summer league before signing a deal with the international squad. Then coming back to the NBA in 2014 to sign a deal with the Phoenix Suns. And then in 2015 signing a deal with the Miami Heat. Now, those things are interesting because in 2012, guess who also played on the Houston Rockets? Goran Dragic. In 2014, guess who played on the Phoenix Suns? Goran Dragic. In 2015, guess who also made the move to the Miami Heat? Goran Dragic. So you see, each shot that Zorn got in the NBA was because he was on the same team with his brother. Markieff and Marcus Morris, who played with the Phoenix Suns from 2012 to 2015. That time overlaps with the season that Goran and Zorn Dragic also played on the Phoenix Suns. So you have the Phoenix Suns, who had a set of twins and a set of brothers on the same team in 2014. These brothers were both studs and were drafted 13th and 14th in the NBA draft. So one brother didn't get the other brother in the NBA, but they definitely used their influence to get on the same team. They probably would still be playing on the same team today, but they were allegedly involved somehow in a physical altercation that took place outside the Phoenix Suns arena, which then basically got both brothers traded within the next year. There's a history of brothers and family members using their leverage to get players into the NBA and also on the same teams. So what LaVar Ball is talking about right here is not really that far-fetched. It's important to note that in a league like today, where we just seen a Blake Griffin get traded and found out about it on Twitter, we've seen the Cavaliers trade 6 players at the NBA trade deadline. It's important to not get so caught up in the fact that what LaVar Ball is planning to do is use the talents and the leverage that his sons may create to get all 3 of them a job in the NBA, and then also a shot to play together and win championship after championship after championship. I think it's a good idea. I would love to see it work. This your main man, AB the Hero. I'm out. Peace.